A very good afternoon to all my viewers who are here to watch another live session of GETI Talks. My name is Shilpi. I'm the relationship manager with the Global Education and Training Institute. Well, do you really think that education can change the thinking of people? Yes, it can, and it has from many centuries. So, this is the topic that our guest, Dr. Lenin Raghuvanshi, who is the CEO of Janamitra Nyas in Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh, is going to speak on education as tool to break culture of silence. So let me introduce my guest. First of all, thank you, Dr. Lennon, for joining in the disruptive education movement started by Dr. Sunita Gandhi. So he grew up in Uttar Pradesh and where he saw unequal relationships between men and women and also discrimination on the basis of casteism. So that is what led him to be the founder and CEO of a public charitable trust, Jan Mitra Nyas, which is based in Varanasi. And he is also Dalit right activist. His work has been recognized with awards like Gonju Human Rights Award in 2007, then Star Peace Award in 2008. And he has also written a book which is Justice, Liberty, and Equality. So thank you, Dr. Lennon, once again, and the floor is all yours.
Yeah, so today we are going to discuss about the uh, how to use the education as a tools to break the culture of silence. And I'm not going into the theory in a start because I read also few years before, but I learned the um, uh, this praxis through our work. I'm going to give the two very important example, which is to understand our discussions and the debates and the learning. One important example is the Ayer village, which is 10 kilometer away from Varanasi city, and Ayer village is the one of the big village, and the south ghetto of the Ayer is the Dalit ghetto, but also Dalit ghetto divided into two parts. One is the uh, Mushahar people, and another has the Chamar community. Both are the SCs, but there is a lot of empowerment, impensionations, and the work of the different political parties and others. And they learn about the philosophy of Dr. Ambedkar, and for that reasons, there is a lot of breaking of culture of silence and a lot of empowerment and the resilience. But the other hand, in the Ayer Mushar Ghetto, that is totally absolute culture of silence in 2000. And just you see, the school, government school, is just 50 meters away from the village, this ghetto, and but children were not going to school. And when I went there, spent 10 days, nothing happened. People did not speak because people came there, made them as a bonded, use their labor, use their miseries, and in this way they develop the culture of silence. Also, it is a locus effects of the feudal and patriarchal caste-based structures as a fear and phobia. And then what we did, we initiated there, we talked there to start the breakfast project. So every morning, near about 11 days, no classes, no teaching, no educations, only giving the breakfast, milk and breads, sometimes different foods in the morning. And the slowly, children become the friends of us. And also the young people started to talk with us. And after 11 days, we initiated the playful learning, joyful learning there. And you look from this entry point where we also work with the children, we work with youths, we work with their parents also, and we organize everywhere very different educational projects for the childrens and youths. Yes, literacy classes, sports, joy, understand. But the most important things, giving the space for the free thought process where they will speak out and they will learn how to speak out and to create. They create their own voice, and they learn how to become a more resilience against the injustice system. And also in the adults, in their parents, we organize a focus school, which we learned from the Denmark, which is used in the 19th century by the bishop, a reformer in the Danish society. And in the focus school, we are very careful. We always set into the surrounding, so no hierarchy, and everybody is equal. And there we will start to talk. But our first focus school for the adults are the real learnings in the Belwa village. What happened? We organized this focus school for 2 days, and people came from the 11 villages. They did not speak any word. They did not. And then I told about myself. My name is Lenin Raghuvanshi. My father is communist. My grandfather was Gandhian freedom fighter. But I born in upper caste family, and I understand how my people did the bats. And when I started to talk about my experience, how my upper caste people are behaving to the Dalit people, immediately a old man from the Mushar community stand up and told, yes, you people are doing this type of thing. And this is the points, breaking the culture of silence. And then I told, yes, and I'm against it. I'm against it. And in this way, I will tell you, we will learn and with how to break in a different way the culture of silence. And in this discussion, I will. This is very interesting. We create many friendships, very closeness of each other, and we discuss, and they tell their own story. We learn from them, and then we started to give the inculcating informations and the knowledge, and also we map out their knowledge, attitudes, and the practice very systematically. Again, if you are coming back to the Ayr village, deliberately when the children joined the school, we deputed volunteers and the staff from upper caste community, especially the Brahmin community, because we want to create a knowledge and attitudes in this way, which is create the positive conflict resolutions. One hand, we want to break the culture of silence. We want to create the resilience, and another hands, we want to also create the positive conflict resolutions, and also make a friendship of the different community to fight back the real injustice, existing injustice systems based on the caste and patriarchy. And when these children's joined the school, there initially a lot of discriminations. We fought there, and also those schools told we about they complained about the no room. So we also file a complaint and the petitions to the district administration. But another hand, we collected a fund, and also we established a room, special rooms for the schools. And in this way, this is the contributions of the Musar ghettos. And also we also provided a lot of sports materials and other things for all children. And in this way, we will create the friendship between Bushar and other children's, OBCs and Dalit. And also every years we organize some sports competitions. And in this way also, we are giving a platforms to interactions of the children of different communities and caste and religion. So here, if you look, in the Ayr village just 6 years before I went there, and uh, a leaders who emerged from this process, he called me and he told, you need to withdraw your staff from here, because already I fought the elections in the panchayat, local self governance first time, and my second positions. I understand many things. I learn many things. Nowadays I speak out, and also I learn and develop my arts because the speaking and making the critics think, critical thinking. The life is art. It is not a science. So it is important to develop. So we need to give the opportunity and the dignity to those people and the processes where they learn and they develop this arts, to make arguments, to create the critical thinkings, and also they speak out and to communicate the government officials and the different stakeholders. So, and then he told, office is not very far away. So if there any problem, maybe we will come there and create our petitions with the help of our staff from office. You need to send this staff into the another villages to create same processes in ghettos of the village, cluster of the village in another area. And nowadays, I will tell you, 2 years before, a girl, we initiated our work in 2000, and 2 years before, a girl completed her class 12 Musar girls, and she received the 83% marks, which is published in. She also received first class more than 80% in the high school and also the intermediate in the UP board. So that is the one success. Another things, it is also important how we use, other than formal educations, the non-formal way to break the culture of silence through the educations. In the Sakra village, in the Jaunpur, we release a bonded labor. They were bonded in the dairy business of the landlords and the bricklanes. And then we developed the testimonial therapy, which is the brief narrative therapy. And in this brief narrative therapy is based on the active listening and the empathy. And there is a four session. And the first session, the breaking the story, and the second session, survivor are going to become the editors. So we are going to speak out his and her story, and he and she is going to edit. And the third is the honor ceremony. What happened in the testimonial therapy? We organized an honor ceremony just after Holi, and in the honor ceremony, we, with the emotions, with the empathy, we organized there, and a activist and staff and volunteer narrated his and her story, and they narrated that. And what happened, I will tell you. All perpetrators from my caste. So, and very pathetic story. After the on the end of the honor ceremony, I told I born in this caste, but I am against caste system, and for that reasons, I protest what happened with you, and but because I born in this caste, I want pardons from you. 1 minute silence. I told आप लोगों ने मुझे माफ तो नहीं लगता माफ नहीं किया इन हिंदी, इसलिए आप मेरे साथ होली नहीं खेल. नो नो नो, नहीं सर, नहीं सर. एंड देन एवरीबडी स्टार्टेड टू प्ले द होली. We have the tri-colors and all, and to create this relationship. And from there, then our another founder, Sunita Gandhi, she organized a festival there, because these people are very good in the music and the singing and like that. So we organized the Sakra Mahotsav. 2 days before of the Sakra Mahotsav, we received the informations. A lot of people are coming from different castes, all communities, all sections of societies. And in this way, we provided the food for the food ceremony for everybody, and the start of the festival. Uh, Young people from the different community, especially from the elite areas and also the upper caste community and OBC, they came there. So our one volunteers, Mangla Prasad Rajbhar, organized the kabaddi between them, first time in the history. And then they organize then the music and everything. Everybody ate the foods. I recognize the head of traditional head of the Musar community. He had the tears in his eyes, and he told, "I understand caste system is not going to finish in the maybe 1 and 2 generations, but we achieve a lot because we are something. We are also have the importance. People recognize us. They come, and we also contributed our music and our songs and the foods to them. So thank you." And that is giving the confidence. This is giving us a resilience among the community. This is the point where we break the culture of silence. It is impossible to impose the again culture of silence on them. And I will tell you, just 1 year before I went there, I talked with the upper caste people. I told, "क्या बदला? What change are happened in this Sakra village?" Boys told, "No, no, no, you are going to file a case against us." No, I told, "No, it is the honest remarks we want to understand." They told, "Before your intervention of you people breaking of culture of silence here through these different multi-layer, multi-dimensional processes, their labor, their work, their animals, their women's were ours. We use any time, but nowadays it is impossible." So, and that is the two example we provided. And third example I am going to give for Mirzapur, which is also very important to understand how the education is so important to break the culture of silence and to create the resilience. And also, and this is very important for sustainable development, and it is very important for sustainable peace in the society and the vibrant democracy in the world and in our country. And in Damai village, also we received informations 300 days. We went there and we organize our fact finding, and deliberately we went to on the day of Diwali, and we went there with our video camera. Initially, people did not speak anything. Slowly, through the empathy, active listening, eating with them, talking with them, spending the time with them, we started to talk about that very pathetic story. And then we went to the all 13 families. There is no food preparations on 3 p.m. of the Diwali in the Musar ghettos, in this Musar ghetto. And we created this story, and then we talk with them. We want to amplify and your voice we want to write, and we send to the National Human Rights Commission, state government. We organize the urgent appeal, hunger alerts, and after that they receive the Antodaya card and special card for the subsidized food grain. And SP, Superintendent of Police, came there and he distributed blankets and other things like that. And then we went there again. When I went there, Malik aa gaya. Deliberately, I look like that. And then we organized in circle. I told, "I'm not Malik. I'm not your master. you are the master of yourself. And then I tell the how the tax are coming from your money, how when you are using different products, government is collecting the tax. I'm a watchdog, so I'm only the loudspeaker amplifying your voice, and this is the your voice, your story you told, only we amplify. And then they told, yeah, we received the this food grain, but shopkeeper did not provide any food to us because he was very angry how the Musahar people received this special cards after his protest. And then I told, okay, SDM is responsible for that. And after 8 days, I received a call from the SDM office. All Musahar people, first time in the history, went to the Mushahar SDM office and they told ration do. And after that, they received the food grains and everything. And you look what happened after the breaking of culture of silence there. They asked about the land, they received land, dispensary there, um, Aganbadi, A&M, hand pumps, and also the schools. And their children are going to school. And in this 10 years, they become the activists and started to liberate more than 40 villages in this area of this Churar area. So that is a very important how to use the educations formally and the non-formally to break the culture of silence. But it is also important to give the importance of the culture of the individuals. Culture of silence is very different from the silence because silence of individuals in this we need to respect, and we need to understand him and her what is the problems, because every individuals are very different. Culture of silence, what I described, Paulo Ferro already described in 1972. He worked there. He is also a pedagogist, and he wrote in the Pedagogy of Oppress about the whole concept. I just read 2 3 years before, and this is the community-based fear and phobia imposed by system of the organized violence like caste and patriarchy. And but in the individual silence we need to be respect, and we need to work more seriously, and as a active listeners, as a more in with the more empathy, because in the like a sexual violence and other things, there is also there is a silence. So we need to understand, and sometimes when the children did not understand anything also, they adopt the tools of silence. So one hands individual silence we need to respect, and to understand, to work on them there. And but on the also on the community silence, like a culture of silence, we need to be map out the knowledge, attitudes, and the practice, and we use the methods and the processes which is very inculcating non-violence. And we need to use the communication skill which is going to create positive conflict resolutions. In this way, what we are telling, I will tell you, we are against the caste system, but we are not against the person born in the upper caste. We are against the patriarchy, but we are not against the man. We are against the sectarian and communal thinking, but we are not against the religion. So it is very important to understand this process. So today I will talk our non-formal focus schools, testimonial therapy, and also our work in the school, where also nowadays we are using the IT enabled IT enabled educations in the madrasa, especially Muslim madrasas, and also we are using how to break the barriers of the different communities, and also the barrier of gender barriers and gender gaps. So thank you. It is my talks, and next we need to go for the question answer anything. So thanks to Getty giving wonderful opportunity, on the fantastic platform. GETI is working extraordinary work in this world.
Thank you, Dr. Lennon. Thank you for taking out time after being so busy and talking about your organization. So, as you were saying that you have been working, like listening to you, um, for the upliftment of the marginalized sector in society. So, how much is your organization into education, like active education?
Yeah, active education, we will told you till today, from the 1996 till today, we supported directly more than 45,000 young people in the mainstream education. So we organize a lot of schools and like that. But nowadays, we are supporting 20 madrasas directly teaching IT enabled education, and every years we are supporting 200 scholarship for 200 girls. And also we have the youth exchange programs with the INSEC organization in the Nepal with the support of the Norwegian government. So also we are supporting every year three young people from Nepal and three young people from India as exchange programs. So that is our direct work in the education, and due to our work, government opened a lot of schools first time in the history in the just like Ghasia, Rob Ghasia Basti in the Sonbhadra, and many near about 200 Mulshar ghettos in the Varanasi and Kushinagar and the Gazipur and Chaudhary.
Okay. So, thank you, Dr. Len, once again for coming here and sharing all your experiences and the work done by your organization. Hope to see you in the near future again. Thank you once again,
Thank
and a
you,
very good
thank you,
evening to my
thank you.
people.